Hey you guys, I hope you are all doing well. It's Adrian here from PipeDreamHookah, and today I have a new tobacco review for you guys. However, this tobacco is not from a new brand or a new line to the channel. So instead of showing you guys the actual packing method like I have in the past and boring you for like 5 minutes of the video that maybe a lot of you don't need to see, I'm going to reference you to the last review I did on this brand, which would be the Trifecta Blonde Lemon P3. There's a packing video in the beginning, but today we're going to be doing Trifecta's Blonde Lemon Mint. Before we get into all of our favorite things like the clouds, the flavor, and the scent of this tobacco, I'm going to go ahead and break down my setup for you guys and actually at least show you what the pack looks like, so maybe you can figure it out on your own without having to look through the tutorial, say you're a more seasoned smoker. So the pack, as you'll see right here, it's actually just kind of a semi-dense pack, and since I'm going to be using a Lotus in today's setup, I went ahead and packed it just beneath the rim, so the actual nodules on the Lotus kind of just nestle into the tobacco really nicely. And with the bowl that I'm using, this is going to be a new bowl for me. It's the OG Rook bowl, and it's a gorgeous pink and yellow color. I just packed it just beneath the rim, like I said, so there's not too much contact with the Lotus. I'm not a big fan of having to scrape my Lotus down after using it. That's just kind of a hassle that I'm not really looking for. Now, as far as the setup for today, we're going to be using the Aviator Hookah at half mast with a regular bell base on the bottom. We're going to be using the Thunder Dark V2 hose with the Thunder mid-stylus hose handle on it. There might be more about that later, but I'm not going to cover it in this video. But that's it for the setup, except for, the heat. Inside of the Lotus, I actually have 4 charcoal flare quarter circle coals. This is something I'm trying. I'm not really sure how I feel about them just yet, although I think you'll see as I go through this review that they're actually performing pretty well in this bowl. So there's probably going to be a review on those coming soon, but I would need a lot more time to test. But now that we've gotten through all that boring stuff, let's go ahead and dive into this tobacco, starting with the scent. This reminds me of something I've reviewed in the not too distant past. I mean, it smells almost exactly like something I reviewed before, and that is going to be the Ugly Lemon Mint. Now, for any of you guys who didn't catch that review, the scent, like I said in that review, comes across as kind of a lemon gumdrop candy. It's not really a natural lemon. You can definitely pick up some of that mint, and to me it's coming across in the form of a menthol in this particular flavor. But yeah, it's a solid scent as far as the flavor goes, although as you guys know, if you're longtime subscribers of me, you're going to know that I'm not a big fan of candied flavors. So I'm not the biggest fan of that. However, as far as the scent goes, if you're a fan of candied flavors, I think you're going to be looking at something good here. Now let's move on to everyone's favorite thing. It's time to blow some smoke. Yep, so just like the Trifecta flavor I reviewed before this, the P3, the clouds are going to be absolutely outstanding. It's performing very well with the Lotus, so I guess the little bit of information I can provide you in this review that I didn't so much in the last Trifecta Blonde Lemon review is that this product actually performs pretty well with a heat management device like the Lotus or the Ignis. Now, I haven't gotten into this in past videos yet. I plan to in the future, but I'm not actually a big fan of HMDs, and I've got my reasons for that that I'll go into in later videos. But I will say that I'm enjoying the session as far as the clouds and the scent go so far using the Lotus. So yeah, I would definitely recommend trying this out if you have a Lotus or an Ignis just lying around. But now that you guys know that the stuff can produce clouds, as it should be able to, let's go ahead and analyze the most important thing when we're looking at any shisha tobacco, and that's going to be the flavor profile. As usual, I'm going to do the inhale and the exhale, as I find that the flavor profiles on both the inhale and exhale differ just a little bit. Let's start with the inhale. Yeah, so up to this point, Trifecta has done an outstanding job of representing the scent of the tobacco and the actual flavor of the tobacco. On the inhale, you're going to get exactly what you expect after cracking it open and actually taking a whiff of it. It's going to be a really nice candied lemon flavor with a bit of menthol on the back end. I will say that the menthol on this, I don't like comparing brands, but since this is so close to the flavor profile on the Ugly's Lemon Mint, I'm going to make a little comparison. This is a little bit brighter, and the mint comes through just a little bit more than it does on the Ugly's Lemon Mint. So if you're maybe familiar with that, that's something for you to go off of. But if you're not, think gumdrop candies if you're familiar with those, and if you're not, maybe like the lemon halls, think of a less medicinal flavor, and that's what you're going to get on the inhale of the Trifecta Lemon Mint. Let's go ahead and move on to the exhale. So the flavor profile on the exhale is actually going to be pretty much the same as the profile on the inhale, except for the flavor strength is going to come down just a little bit. You might get even a little bit less mint than you do that candied lemon flavor. And the exhale, not a huge change, just something to keep in mind if you are thinking about picking this tobacco up. Now I did go over these next two factors in the P3 review, but I'm just going to quickly go over them because I am using a different heat management method than I normally do. So as far as how this stuff takes heat, it's actually very heat resistant. I've actually got 4 of, like I said, the charcoal quarter circle coconut coals in here inside of the Lotus, so it's pretty much just full of coal. And I do have the lid on with the vents halfway closed, if that makes any sense. And it's not burning at all. It takes heat very, very well. And as far as how long is it going to take that heat for, I'm expecting to get 2 rounds of coals out of this bowl. It is a fairly deep bowl. I do have roughly 18 to 20 grams of tobacco packed. So for a tobacco like this, that should be just about par for the course. Now as far as mixing goes, lemon mints tend to mix very well with most things. My recommendations would be another mint, maybe twice the ice by the same line and same brand of tobacco. It's just going to bring a lot more of those cool menthol notes into the mix. I wouldn't go too hard on a mint if you do add mint, since there is already mint in this lemon mint. But another flavor you could maybe try mixing this with is going to be any other type of a fruit flavor. Maybe a blueberry. I've had really good results with a blueberry. Or maybe even Haze's Bananarama, if you haven't tried that. That's a really good mixer with something like this lemon mint if you're in the market for kind of a really nice sweet desserty kind of a smoke. But yeah, you guys, taking all these things into account, from the flavor, the scent, the actual clouds, heat resistance, and mixability, I'm going to, as usual, rate this tobacco on the 10 scale for you guys so you can have a vague summary of what I think of the flavor. And out of 10, I'm going to have to go ahead and give this tobacco a solid 7.5 out of 10. Now my reason for giving this a 7.5 is going to be because while it does smoke very well, you get good clouds, nice flavor profile, it smells really nice, and it actually smokes for a good long time. I have a few issues, and this might be a biased issue, so I'll get into that in just a moment. But with lemon mints or any tobacco in general that markets itself as a fruit flavor, this calls itself a lemon mint, and when I pick up a lemon mint, I'm really looking for a natural lemon mint, and that's not what this is. So I have to mark it down. Mainly because I marked the ugly lemon mint down for that reason. I know a lot of you guys, probably like me, enjoy the natural lemon mint flavor profile, and that's not so much what you're getting out of this Trifecta Lemon Mint. However, if you are into those candied flavors, you can definitely knock this up to like an 8.5 or a 9. And if it marketed itself a little bit differently, I would probably put it there on my own. But there is a bit of biasm there in terms of how they actually market the flavor. A lot of it just goes into the intent. And obviously I can't afford to rate it any lower than a 7.5 because it performs very well. Trifecta is one of the premium brands of shisha tobacco out there. So yeah, keep that in mind if you guys are thinking about picking this stuff up. And if you are thinking about picking this stuff up, I do have a recommendation for you guys. I would head over to 5 Star Hookah. Alex and Mary will always take good care of you guys when you're ordering from them. They have pretty good shipping time, but beyond all that, they have an absolutely massive selection of different hookah products for you guys to choose from, and their prices are extremely hard to beat. But if their prices aren't quite good enough for you guys, I would highly recommend using my promo code. That's going to be PIPED15, PIPED15, PIPED15 to get you 15% off of your entire 5 Star Hookah order, excluding, of course, anything already on sale because they can't be giving you guys free shit. That's just going to about wrap it up for this video review on Trifecta's Blonde Lemon Mint. If you guys felt this video brought you any type of value whatsoever, I would highly recommend subscribing because I do bring you guys content just like this at least 2 times a week. So if you're hungry for that type of content, definitely click that subscribe button and hit that bell because YouTube is being weird and it doesn't update you unless you hit that bell. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you thought this video was trash, you didn't like it at all, give it a thumbs down. Leave a hateful comment down in the comments below. I'm still going to make videos though, so good luck with that. If you have any comments, questions, criticisms, or concerns, go ahead and drop those down into the comments box as well. I'd be more than happy to engage with you guys and maybe bring you a review on a flavor or hookah product that you maybe haven't had the chance to try out yet and you want to know a little bit more about before you actually commit to a purchase. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, happy smoking.